What is going on, guys? Taylor Stuber with LocksDFS.com, bringing you my first installment of this bankroll management series. Going to be doing this video every single day before my locks and sleepers video. Just so if you guys want to tail me, watch and see what my daily routine is, I suggest doing this very early in the morning so all the contests are available to you. But nonetheless, I'm very excited to start this series because a lot of you guys have been asking me to do it, especially in the Slack chat. I promised you guys I'd bring it, and I finally am doing it. And starting today, going to be doing it every day for the foreseeable future. See where we can take this $100 because I started with I withdrew all the money from my account, just up $100 in there, just because I feel like that's what the average viewer probably has in their bankroll, and I advise you not to go beyond your means playing money that you can't afford to lose. This is for fun, but if you want to take it seriously, it is very, very important to have proper contest selection and be very, very disciplined in your bankroll management, just because it is enticing to look at the big contests that are very extremely top heavy, unlikely to win unless you have a really big bankroll and you can take multiple shots at them. That's just the way it works out. But if you're trying to win consistently and build a bankroll with proper bankroll management, I'm going to teach you how to do so. And so, yeah, we're starting with $100. And if you're playing on DraftKings, Yahoo.com, doesn't matter. This is applicable to either of those sites, but I'm personally doing it on FanDuel. But the first thing I do every day is I just go over here to Locks DFS, see what sports we're playing today. Obviously, I play NBA every day. Addie plays NHL, and then Christian plays college basketball, and we play pretty much every sport: soccer, college football, golf, yeah, pretty much every sport that there is, MLB when it's in season. But I'm going to be playing 10% of my bankroll for every slate that I play. So there's 3 slates today that I'm playing, so I'm going to play 10% of the bankroll that I had at the beginning of the day. So I started with $100, so I'm going to play $10 on each of those. If you have $1,000 bankroll, you play $100 on each of those. If you have $10, you play $1 on each of those. But building with a $10 bankroll is it's doable, I guess, but it's very, very hard. So what I do with my money is it's a little different than most people, especially nowadays since the rake's so high. A lot of people have been going to just tournaments. I'm still more of a cash game player, and if you're trying to build a bankroll from this, I especially suggest you play cash games rather than GPPs, just because taking shots in these GPPs at when you don't have much money is a lot harder. So I suggest playing 80% in double ups or 50-50s. I'm more of a head-to-head guy, but that's more when you have a larger bankroll for me. So I suggest playing these double ups. The thing is, though, they're not, you guys all know this, they're not actual double ups in the sense of the top 50% win. You have to place in the top 43.5% to double your money in these double ups nowadays. The 50-50s, say it's a 100-man 50-50. The top 50% are going to win, so you have to be less people to win. But they take 20% right off the top. So if you're in a $2 100-man 50-50, you're going to win $360 back instead of $4. So I like taking my chances in the regular double ups, and the larger the field, the better. I like to have a bunch of variation in there because there's more people making more mistakes, and it's a lot easier to win in those, in my opinion. Usually the cash line is lower than them, and so yeah, that's what I like to do in there. And if your site does offer single entry double ups, enter those as soon as you possibly can. Even if it's the night before and you're expecting to play the next day, just get in there as soon as you possibly can. Just because those are the best contests you can get in. Single entry is the best, just so you can avoid trains and things like that. And then over here on so 10% of that 10% bankroll, I'm going to be doing a tournament. And so I also suggest getting into a single entry. See, this one's almost already full, and it's already 10 a.m. Central Time. So they're going to fill midway. They're going to fill 5-6 hours before the slate even begins. So it's important to enter them before. And then I entered a $1 3-man earlier this morning, and I entered an empty one just so I can have a a higher chance of getting badgeless people or more non-experienced people. And especially when you're playing $1 three-mans, you're going to avoid sharks. Most of the time, most of the big names don't go down there in the three-mans. They will in the double-ups and things like that, but not the three-mans. So I suggest playing like that. So if you have a big day, you can win a couple extra dollars just from that three-man alone. I'm going to do the exact same thing with hockey since we're playing that today. And I'm going to go ahead and enter these college basketball lineups for today since we are playing college basketball here over at locksdfs.com. So the thing is over here, since these college sports have such few contests, I'm not going to play a three-man in this. I'm going to spend that extra 10% on this tournament, which I think is fine. I'm going to enter a random lineup in here, fix that later once lineups come out and stuff like that. But I will never, ever budge off of the 80%. Why can I enter this? Oh, I'm 1,000 over. I suggest never going over the 80% in cash. What you do with the other 20% is really up to you, but I always suggest playing at least 80% of it in cash games. Whether you play in tournaments or three-mans with that 20% is up to you, but like I said, 80% in cash games is what the most important part is. Now let's go over to these double ups. They don't have any. So we're stuck playing these 50-50s. Okay, so we're going to enter in this one, 13 of 20, regular 50-50 since they don't have double ups. Okay. So we have 30% of our bankroll in play today, but we are playing 3 different slates. So we have a lot of variation, diversifying our money in separate ways. So even if we lose one and win 2, we're still going to be profitable on the day. And I think it's very important, especially if you get an all-access pass with locksdfs.com. You can play these sports every day. We're going to give you the best chance to possibly win today, teach you how to play better, how to create better lineups. And yeah, I'm ready to take this bankroll and see how high I can get it in just maybe a month or 2 and see how high we can get it, because I'm pretty confident in our lineups and our content that we provide. So yeah, this is my first video of this, and if in the next couple of videos I'm gonna go and review the lineups and where we place in the contest. And so if you like these kind of videos, please drop a like, because I want to make sure you guys are actually going to watch these and are engaged with them. So drop a comment, drop a like, subscribe, and let me know. Give me some constructive criticism, any criticism really. I'm interested to know. So yeah, after this I will post my locks and sleepers video as usual. So yeah, best of luck today, and until next time, peace.